welcome back to Loft Sports. I'm Tyler.
I'm Seth.
Today we're going to be shifting gears a little bit and talking about the NFL. We're going to start with our division preview for the NFC East. But please continue to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, comment with videos you'd like to see, and trash talk is always welcome. Alright, so let's go ahead and break down this NFC East division. A lot to talk about. What are the main headlines to look for?
Yeah, main headlines. We're just kind of going to break it down team by team here. I'm going to start in Dallas. Kind of just started this week. What's going on with Zeke? I mean, without Ezekiel Elliott, that whole team, that whole offense has completely changed. Yeah, I mean, there's Amari Cooper, but Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper, just those two?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, Jason Witten's coming back, but I mean, without Zeke, they're a whole different team. They got to figure out that situation. That's the biggest headline for them.
And for fantasy owners, maybe.
yeah, seriously. Moving on then, down the line, the Giants. Obviously, the number one thing...
Daniel Jones?
I mean, people are talking about Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. I get all that, but my big thing is Saquon's going to do what Saquon does. They were terrible last year, and the dude couldn't be touched at times. So he's going to do what he does. The biggest question to me for that team, their biggest headline is they have no receivers right now. The whole Odell Beckham to Cleveland happened. They got Golden Tate. He's suspended 4 games. 2 or 3 of their other receivers are hurt. I mean, let's face it. I mean, Eli's not Peyton. He needs help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what I mean? Skins, Dwayne Haskins. I mean...
Will it work?
Yeah, that's the biggest question there. And then to me, going into that, that's the type of decision that can get a head coach fired who really hasn't been doing too well to begin with.
He's hovering on that hot seat.
That's what I'm saying. So I kind of got that, kind of them together as the headline. How's that going to work? And then the Eagles, it really is just about is Carson Wentz going to stay healthy. If he's healthy for a full season, they're a completely different team. Those are the big headlines going in to the NFC East. You got any other thoughts?
No, I think that's pretty much the big storyline. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this division is going to shake down. All right, so who do you have coming in 4th place?
Yeah, 4th place, I have the Giants. I mean, they could be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year.
Very possible.
I mean, they weren't too great last year. Eli's not getting any younger. It could be his last year. Saquon is one of the best players in the league. Might be the best running back in the league if he had any sort of better offensive line that could help him showcase that more.
Best since Adrian Peterson, I think.
Saquon Barkley's probably my favorite player in the league who doesn't play for the Vikings, to be honest. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm looking at them. The defense, they have their moments, but they're really not a great defense. They need help on the offensive side. I don't know if they're going to get that. No Odell to help be any sort of a playmaker. I'd see it being a terrible year for them, and I have them 4th.
I also have the Fighting Saquons at 4th. I think you just touched on everything. They don't have any receivers left. The tight end play is suspect. Their offensive line is patchwork, and Eli Manning is only getting older. So I think Giants at 4th is going to be a lousy year for them.
Yeah. Moving on to the 3rd place team then, I got the Redskins coming in at 3rd. Quite simply, Dwayne Haskins is not the answer. I was not a fan of him when he was at Ohio State. It's one thing when you've got a bunch of 4 and 5 stars blocking for you, 4 and 5 star receivers, running backs all over the place. It's easy to throw a 10-yard crossing route, have the guy catch the ball and run it 70 yards. I mean, the Redskins don't have that same type of elite talent he had at Ohio State. I don't think he's that good to begin with, but I still think they're going to be better than the Giants.
Redskins also my 3rd place team. The Skins are kind of like the Miami Dolphins. They're always in that middle of the road, which is the worst place to be as an NFL franchise. You're not good enough to make the playoffs, but you're good enough to where you don't get a good draft pick.
Exactly.
And I think that's just a terrible middle no man's land to be.
They've been cycling there for a while.
They have. I think Haskins will be a little bit better than I thought originally, but there's not a lot of great receivers in Washington.
No.
They're running back. I think Geis will be interesting, but
if he comes back healthy,
they're a young team. I don't see them being very good, but they do have a good defense that'll keep them in some games.
Yeah,
maybe an upset here or there, but they're not much more than a 3rd place team.
Right. Going on to now, I mean, in the NFC East, you want to talk about a top 2 and a bottom 2. It gets as simple as that. The Cowboys, I have coming in at second. My biggest thing here, and it kind of will play along with who I'm going to pick to win the division here, and I'll break that down more, but if Zeke actually plays all the games, they have a better chance. What Amari Cooper did at the end of last year, that was actually incredible. Him and Dak Prescott had a good connection going. That defense, for once, holy cow, in Dallas, they could do some things. I don't trust Dallas. That's just the bottom line of it. I just don't trust them. It seems like they always have... They're always hyped up. They're kind of like the Notre Dame of the NFL. They're always hyped up, but they never just quite get there. I just don't trust them. I don't like Jason Garrett as a head coach. I don't know why he's still there, but that's a whole different topic. But I got them coming in second.
I actually have the Eagles at second. I think Carson Wentz, I'm high on him.
Yeah.
I actually had him as my fantasy QB last year. When he's healthy, he can light it up. But no Nick Foles anymore. He's in Jacksonville. Go Jags. I just don't think that the Eagles are really as good as everybody thinks they are. Their defense is older. They don't really have a set running back that is a clear-cut starter.
They did get Jordan Howard from Chicago.
Yeah, but I don't know. He was a touchdown machine in Chicago, but that was about it. He didn't have a lot of big yardage games. I know the RPO offense can make them look better than that, but I think the defense is older. Wentz is banged up. Their receivers, Ertz is great, but their receiving core is not amazing anymore. I think Eagles come in second.
I kind of have it flip-flop with you there. I think Wentz is the key to everything with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like you said, no Nick Foles to come in and save the day this time. He has to stay healthy. If he is healthy for a full 16 games, the Eagles are just a better team. He adds different dimension, different leadership, more intangibles that really propel them in their division there. So I have the Eagles win in the East. I'm not too concerned about the defense because if he's healthy, their defense doesn't need to be as good as they do if he's not healthy there. That's just kind of my simple thought there. Carson Wentz, the best quarterback in this division. If he's healthy, the Eagles will win it.
I disagree. I think in the National Football League, defense and running the ball are the key to winning games when it matters most, in the cold weather of the playoffs. But also, I think Dallas's defense is better than what it has been in years prior. Now, I am not a Cowboys fan in the slightest, but I think they will resolve it with Zeke. I think he is an elite running back. Jerry will eventually make a deal and pay him.
He has to.
Dallas was a couple plays away from the NFC Championship. They have not been this close since the mid-'90s to being an elite NFL team. Dallas is the best team in this division. No, Dak's not the best quarterback, but he has proven he can manage these games. So I think the Cowboys take the division and get back to the playoffs. That's our NFC East take. Stay tuned. We're going to come at you next with our AFC East take. And if anybody takes anybody other than New England in this division, that will be a surprising headline of itself. But thank you guys. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. This is Loft Sports signing off.